seat, grab a drink, settle down. It's Big D's brush hanging out while the snow hits the ground. Miniatures lined up, old world on display. A warm hoodie on, cold beer in hand, painting winter away. Big D's brush, where the colors come alive. Soft lights, chill nights, hobby mode as we vibe. From base coat to highlight, watch the armies arise. Big D's brush, relax and paint the night. So crack a beer, join the crew, let Christmas flow. Big D's brush is life. Happy holidays, let it snow. Merry Christmas.
We're back! We are so back! Oh, finally, after so much technical difficulties, OBS updating there, reset a load of stuff. How's the mic? Is the mic okay after the reset? And then I've got one more thing to do, of course. It wouldn't be a stream without this. There we go. I was a bit slow on the transition there. Hello, Mr. BitDot, joining me as always. My loyal soldier, my loyal mod. The sound is that all okay, Rick? Can you hear the background music okay? And then my mic as well. Excellent. Sorted. Okay, so we're back. It's been a while. It's been what, over a week now. So obviously, as I said before, it was my birthday week off, and me and Mr. BitDot there went to go see Daddy D to spend my birthday, and I had a great time. I got spoiled. Mr. BitDot spoiling me as always, and I also had some goodies waiting for me when I got back. So that was really, really great. I'm going to share that with you in a second. I was going to let everyone just rock and roll. We'll probably end up changing the background music, obviously, for more Christmassy style stuff. I just hadn't figured that part out yet. I was busy making sure that the new theme was good. So, first things first, before we begin any work, let's crack open a beer. Or whatever drink you have, let's crack it open. It is the festive season after all. I have myself a nice nice beer Moretti here. Oh, really tasty, really good. Okay, so what's happening? Okay, so last time on Dragon Ball Z, before we went away on the break there, obviously we were working on this guy here. As you can see, I have done absolutely bugger all to the model since then. He's pretty much in the same state as he was before. Okay, I did do a little touch up here and there. I started highlighting the armor here. But I still have bits to do on this. This is going to be a behind the scenes thing now. Mad Eye, welcome in. Oi. I don't think BitDsBrush's gonna take too kindly to the old the running joke there, the old twink joke. It's good to have you. Yeah, so just to basically be, I'm going to be clear. This is not had any more work done to it since obviously last time. Okay. Oh, I understand, broski. I just wanted you. I'm glad you could be here for the initial opening, just to make sure obviously all the levels were okay since the OBS I should have not updated it, to be fair, and left it till afterwards. But that's my mistake. That's my fault. And I'm really sorry. I should have started at 7 o'clock, and I just let it get away from me. So, well, I like to see you are working. I want to see more stuff for your streams. Come on, let's go. And I've just seen, by the way, of course, that you uploaded a new short. So if I just copy that and paste. So anyone in chat, please, I'll do it on YouTube as well. Please check out Mr. BitDot's new short over on YouTube. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, leave a comment, and if you're not subscribed to him, subscribe. Mr. BitDot, Mr. BitDot Gaming, and then only BitDot as well. Well, no, I watched your short. It was really good. I'm really glad that you're making edited content now. This is something that you should be doing a while ago. So I'm glad that's not on the cards. So yeah. So long story short, so this will be a behind the scenes thing. So I'll paint it, obviously, in my spare time, and when it's finally all done, I'll do like a proper reveal for it. Okay, so this is going to be off the cards now, off the table, should I say? One thing I did get hold of, I had a friend of mine who still had a boxed version of. Oh. This is obviously the Chaos Project. He still had a box version of this Slave to Darkness box. This came out years ago. This was a start collecting. You got 5 Chaos Knights, 10 Chaos Warriors, and then you got this cool dude here on a beast. And what I did is I've already got one of these, and I repurposed these for Warhammer: The Old World. I've got a couple in this unit here. So this is the ones that I've already built and made the unit up for. Okay, now this is a mixture of the start collecting Chaos Warriors, which you can't get anymore now unless you go on eBay, and the actual main Age of Sigmar Chaos Warriors box that you can buy. So it gives a nice variation of the unit. Okay, so a friend of mine had the whole box there untouched, and so apart from he put together the warriors and he primed them black already, but that's not an issue. So I took them off the round bases. Okay, there was on the round bases that you use for the actual, for Age of Sigmar. The designs are really cool. I think the Chaos Warriors have always had a really cool look to them, and they're not improper. The Age of Sigmar ones just really are next level. So what do you call it? I had to buy these. Nothing against the older ones that Warhammer: The Old World are currently selling. I mean, you get a box of 32 of them, and they are the slightly older sculpts, but they're still quite good. You get loads of them in the unit. But I really like the look of these. So, well, I need to get these magnetized, to be fair. So, what I've got to do obviously is I put them onto square bases. I've already started doing, and I've got a movement tray for them. I've textured the base with some Vallejo. I think it's Dark Earth. I think it's called. Just that's how I've done all my bases, and I'm going to use some crackle paste. Dab some crackle paste on the top, and then add in a few rocks here and there as well. Okay, so that's a little bit, and then what I'll do is I'll prime them from an angle in grey, and then I'll add some white on top, and then that's how they'll end up looking like these guys, ready for some, ready for painting, basically. So that's them, and then the main thing. Okay, so let's stop filibustering. It's now 2 minutes past 8, so let's start. So the project. What is the project? Okay, so I had a really good idea, a really good suggestion for a project, okay? And it's to make a snow globe, a Warhammer The Old World snow globe, themed snow globe. So here's the snow globe I got. I got this off of Amazon, okay? They were selling them in like in packs of like 10 and stuff. But they were obviously on the cheapest. This is a reasonable price. I only needed one. I wasn't going to make a million of them. And it's a good size as well. And I think this is going to be like a really nice nice size for the project. So this is going to be an ongoing thing. I'm going to be doing stuff obviously on stream. I'll be doing stuff behind the scenes just to get it into different levels of progression. So when I do the next stream, it's, you know, you're not just watching me do stuff for hours and hours and hours. So this pops off, okay, and it's sturdy. So this gives us this surface area here to work on, okay, and this will give us a nice little scene. We can build this up, okay. Now, a couple of things we need to make sure that we're aware of, okay. We're going to be dealing with water in the snow globe. I'm going to be doing a mixture. I think it's 50% distilled water and glycerine, okay. So that's the mixture I'm going to be using for the snow globe. So it's going to be a fully snow style. Yes. So it's going to be winter themed. Okay. It's going to be a winter themed base. So a winter themed diorama. Now I have it in my head, and I'll probably do like a little. I'll draw out something in a second on a piece of paper, just so you guys can sort of see where I'm coming from on this. Now, my main idea is obviously I'm going to build up on this. I want to build up some kind of texture, some kind of. I want to bring this up to a level a little bit. Okay, if we think about, okay, this is not the model I'm using, but let's just bear in mind the size of the models. Okay, so obviously this is another one of those Chaos Warriors. It's on a base already. I won't be obviously the model I'll be using will have 2 pins. It have holes drilled in the feet, and then 2 pins sticking out, so I can then embed it into the scene. So let's just for an example, because we need to start thinking about when we're doing this size and how much room we have. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of blue tack. I'll stick it on the base for now and just stick him in the middle, roughly in some kind of position. Okay, but this is but it'll all be blended in. I've got a really good idea for a type of thing, and then so this would go over the top. So as you can see, we still have a fair amount of space, so we can raise this. I want to raise this up a little bit, okay, and then make sure we just got, and then give enough space in there. It's just to make it more of a dynamic scene than it's the flat level ground. So again, we're going to be dealing. So in terms of the model itself, okay, water is not going to any acrylic paints, you know, on this model. So like, say for instance, you know, this model here, like painted in acrylic paints or whatever, they will not be affected by water at all. Okay, they won't. Water will not strip. I mean, the model will be gloss varnished anyway, and then it'll have a matte varnish on top. So it's going to be protected regardless. But in water, acrylic paints, it won't. They're not like the modern technology. The way that acrylic paints are made now, they're so durable that even when you go to strip them using either isopropyl alcohol or methylated spirits, or you're using some kind of like a bio strip or something like that, actual it's harder for it to strip off the paint these days because it's quite durable stuff. So that's not going to be an issue at all. What is going to be an issue is not the model, but the materials, okay, that we glue onto this. Okay, what we build our scene, what are we going to use? It needs to, whatever we use has to be water resistant, or at least sealed, okay, from water. So for instance, it's going to be no good using a PVA adhesive to glue stuff onto here, okay? If I make anything using this, it'll just fall apart completely. Okay, now I could probably use waterproof PVA glue, but again, I want something that has more durability, and I want the guaranteed resistance. Okay, I want this to last a long time. Okay, so we won't be using PVA glue anywhere on this model, on the diorama. So what I will be using instead is I will be using a mixture of like a 2-part epoxy resin to glue stuff down on, and I'll be using like waterproof like wall filler, grout, stuff like that to help build up the scene. That it'll be, because obviously you use yeah, art attack style. I still watch clips of that on YouTube, broski. It's still I mean, it's what came out in the 90s or whatever, but it's still it's a really good show. He was really good at the stuff he made. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a really good process. I could use super glue as well, but I just want that guaranteed durability. Okay. Now, what am I going to use initially to build up the scene? So, I've made some dioramas in the past, small ones. I've done stuff for, like, obviously model railways that I also dabble in as well. Like, I've done like little scenes and things like that, but I've never had to worry about them being like water resistant. So, I've used PVA glue, and I've used, say, for instance, things like this, ready-made texture pastes and things like this. So making an actual diorama that is also going to be water resistant is obviously where the extra challenge comes. Oh, just another quick drink. There we go. You can tell I'm not doing this for a while because I'm a bit mush mouth. Okie dokie. So let's just. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. Let's grab some paper. I have some somewhere. I don't have any, what do you call it? Let's just grab a sheet of this paper for now. Maybe brown would be better to show you on a piece of brown. I'll choose a bit of brown backing paper, and we'll use a marker pen. Let's talk about the process, because I like the process behind stuff. So what I envision, okay, is basically, and I will show you the model I'm going to use, because we're going to build that model today, okay? So we're going to build the model, because today's going to be a building the miniature for this diorama. And then tomorrow I will prime it ready to paint, and then, okay? So, obviously, I'm going to start in this little corner here. So we have, essentially, a circle to use, okay? Now, I want to bring... Okay. Get your words out, Daniel. So what I want to do is you need to draw the attention, okay, to the middle. So this bit here, I can draw on this anyway. So I think the character needs to stand in the middle here, okay? Oh, well, roughly in the middle, okay? So you have like a equally distant, just for this diagram, it needs to be somewhere in the middle there. And then your focus is in that middle spot, and then you also have area around, okay, to play with, to build stuff up. Now, what do I want on this diorama? And I'm gonna do something quick because I know my brother is gonna go fucking spare in a second. So let me just do something quick. He knew straight away. I knew he'd know. He was going bloody spare. No, I did it away from the microphone. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry about that. For some reason Yeah, no, but I had to blow my nose, didn't I? Because I know you were going to fucking spare. Not my fault. I didn't have any tissue ready. Okay, so. Thanks, bro. So I'm a bit mush mouth, but it's because it's my first stream, obviously, after a while, so. I'm a bit rusty there. I'm not a streaming veteran like you are, broski, there. The old. What it must be now? It must be a lot over. God, you must over. Is it over a year now, bro, or what? Like you coming up to over? That must be an anniversary soon, surely. Like, okay, so just let's talk about what I want on the scene. Okay, so what I want on the scene. I can't believe it, bro. Yeah, it's crazy, but I can't believe it. Well, I like talking about your streams, either. Keep it on track. Okay, so models will be there. Okay, so that's fine. We've established that. So here's what I want, and I'm gonna make the so here I'm gonna make essentially. Okay, so I'm just going to draw roughly a thingy. Okay, so I'm going to make a tree. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make trees. I think this is really fun. I used to make these for model railway. So we're going to make a winter tree with obviously no leaves on it. We're going to put we'll put some snow on top. Okay, we're going to make sure it's going to be all waterproof. It's going to be all water sealed. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the armature, how we coat it to make the trunk and the twigs and stuff, how to easily paint one, okay, and then how to obviously we're going to embed it. I'm going to make sure there's a pin of some kind sticking out of it, okay, and then into that's where we will, so then we can embed. There's our embeds in there, gives us some strength, and then what we'll do is we'll dab on. Just here, we'll dab on the wall filler, okay, just to blend in the trunk and then that kind of cool stuff. So we've got that. Then we're gonna and I want some bits and pieces here, some tufts and things, and I think for that we can just use the already made ready-made grass tufts. That I've got some dead grass tufts and stuff like that. So we can use them, and all I'm going to do, I'll just dab a little bit of, I'll dab them into a little bit of 2-part epoxy resin, and then push them into the seam, and then they'll hold like indefinitely. So then we're gonna make a tree. We'll have that hanging down, and then I really want like what I kind of want in a way. So let's say you're looking this way, okay? So what I draw here, you're looking dead on this way. Is there'll be essentially this kind of thing going on. Okay, so and then this is the bottom of the wooden bit, and then obviously the snow globe base is like here. So what I want to do is basically raise up the level, obviously, but then I want to kind of create like a hill, like a hilly type of thing, and then so this is going to be a side profile view, okay? So we're going to do this kind of thing, like this. So the tree's going to be on here. So there's the tree. Obviously it's a bit out of scale, but there's going to be and then sticking out of here are going to be little bits of slate. So almost suggest some kind of you know, like a mountain type thing or whatever. So looking down, you would have this sort of thing going on, and obviously that's kind of like that. So there'll be snow around here. This is slate, this slate, and the snow is around all here. And then our guy, okay, our guy is stood walking down. Here's the tree. So it's that kind of, it's kind of like that really. So guy's here. So our guy, well, the tree will be here, and our guy will be a little bit in front of the tree. But I want him to sort of be sort of here. And he's our lone. He's like a lone warrior. Okay, in the snow. He's got his fur. He's got some pelt on. He'll have his weapon. Okay, his helmet, and then what we'll do is we will build up. We will make footprints, and the way I'll do that is simply I'll use the model and just press his feet into the grout. Okay, and that would give a little impression. We can do little stuff like that, and then of course we'll build up the snow around him, and then. For the actual, and then for the painting process, we'll paint him and blah blah blah, and then we'll make sure that I'll dab on. Yeah, it will, because essentially, okay, you look at the space here. So the tree should be about here somewhere, okay, like there. It's not gonna be a huge tree. It's gonna be, you know, slightly under scale. And we probably put the guy about here. Because we're building up. We're going to be building it up. So, and then this is kind of like where you build around, okay? So all this, where I'm sort of thinking here, this is where it's building up. It's kind of going on a slant up. Okay. The same on the side. So right when you're looking at it around from up on the side, you're always going to be looking up. Uphill in a 360 fashion, okay? Because look. We have that much room to play with. Like the height, when you look at this side on, like look how much height we got. So I can get the tree, and the branches can press against the inside of the snow globe as much as they want, and we can have it hanging over here, and then we can have the guy just here. Again, if I take our example, but remember there's gonna be no base on here, so you won't have all this area taken up by a 30mm plastic base. He's gonna be literally embedded into the doodah. So, and it's not this model either, don't forget. So the model I will be using will have a bit more available space. So the tree can be like here. Okay. So and it'll build up. I mean, these are a slightly larger scale anyway. But if I was obviously using that guy, if I use this guy for the diorama, probably it wouldn't have no chance. So we can easily do a nice. We're gonna make a tree. Okay, out of some soft, out of some electrical wire. Okay, I can show you how to do that. It'll be nice and simple, nice and easy, and we just embed it in. So it's gonna be very doable. I mean, it's gonna come up to about here, and we've got all that room inside the snow globe. So I mean, I don't have a ruler, but I mean, we've got a good, good amount of space in there. Okay, so this is gonna be a project I'm gonna be doing, like I say, on and off stream. Okay, so I'll be showing the main process, like how we go about, but then I'll be refining things off stream and taking it to the next stage, and then so then when I do the next stream, I can show you the next part of the process. I mean, so let's just so that's the idea. Okay, so like that's the scene there. So all we got to do is imagine, okay, is the okay, and then this is the globe. Does that make a bit more sense? So if I lay that down there, okay, I know it's only a rough example, not really to scale, but if I put that on there, it kind of roughly fits, if you see. So that's what I've been thinking about for a while. And again, I can always, the tree, I can always, what you call it. So that should be fine. It shouldn't be too bad. No, but I knew what you was getting. Yeah, I knew what you was getting at. It sounded like there's a lot going on there, but yeah. So it's just like a, sort of really cool. So we have that kind of doodah there, and then what you call it. So you can see it. You'll be able to see it all from all angles. And then what I'll do is, and in fact, I need to maybe hopefully try if I can get some from town. I should be able to, or maybe I can order some offline and get it delivered before it's too late. Is the actual stuff to go inside, like the glitter and stuff like that. So, but we can sort that out, and then the distilled water and the glycerin as well. So I'll sort that out. So that's the doodah. Okay, now. What's the what should I do next? Should I do the oh yeah, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna build up the scene first. I can't glue anything down today because I need the 2-part epoxy. I don't have any, but I will get some tomorrow. I still need to go to town to get a few bits anyway for the project. But to get the height, to build up the height, to make it a bit more elevation, okay, I'm just going to simply use some cork sheet. Okay, now this is, I think this is like maybe 3mm thick, if that, cork sheet. This is some scraps that I had lying around. Now, even if I had a whole load of this, it just isn't going to cut it. It's too thin. I would need a lot of it to build the scene up. So I went out and I got a cork tile, and this is 6mm thick cork tile. Okay, so it's a cork tile. It's self-adhesive as well, but I'll be using. It's got a backing to it. I'm assuming you see it's on like walls and stuff like that. But I'm going to be gluing this down with a 2-part epoxy resin. I don't want any nonsense. This is more than likely water. Okay, so what I did is I've already cut, you can see there, I've already cut a square out, okay, and I've already shaped it. So this will be Susie. Hello. So this is going to be used, broski, to basically start creating our elevation, our undulation, or whatever you call it. The actual next undulation is going down. I think obviously elevation is going up. So this will help create our scene. Oh, bro, what? Just now, or what? You has that happened just now, or? I know, but still though. Oh no. Oh, bless him. So yeah, this is dude. I will. I'll peel this junk off. I'll probably do it this way, to be fair, then just peel it off. But we're gonna. And what I'll use this. I've got a. I have some offcuts here. I've got some offcuts here, and what I could do with this, I'll just show you quickly using a. We can take our knife, go about I don't know, a 35-degree angle or so, maybe not even that, and just start to shave. What we're going to basically do is making a what do you call it? We're is it chamfer? I think the term is. I think it's chamfer the edge. So we're gonna. I'll have a better blade for this. I'll probably use a heavy duty one to do it. But we're gonna basically just bevel. That's the word I was after. Bevel the edge. We're gonna bevel the edges. So as you can see, I've started to create a slope. So I'll be doing that. I'll be building maybe probably 2 layers of this, and I'll start to shave this down and create the slope. Hope you're okay, Susie. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so yeah, so what I do need to do though is with this cork. Not that it's overly necessary because I'm going to be beveling the edges anyway. But take some sandpaper and just try and maintain or redefine the shape, the roundness. But we're gonna, any sort of discrepancies, that'll all be dewed on anyway. There'll be filler covering this anyway, blending it all in, so it should be absolutely fine. So yeah, so I've got some cork to help, well, to basically build up the doodah. And that sheet, I've got, to be fair, I've got 6 sheets for like, I don't know, a tenner. And it's basically, that's all the cork I would ever need in my life of doing hobbies and dioramas and things. So it's a good investment, and I'm not going to grumble about it too much. So yeah, so obviously I can get the what do you call it? Get the old this off. I could use, there's your the backing here to stick this onto that, but like I said, I think that's going to be water soluble. It will just dissolve after a while. The whole thing would lift off. It'd be absolutely pointless. So all I'm going to do is just shape it, peel off the backing, and then overnight that stickiness that will go. That will just it'll be killed off. Or I could run it under the put a wet cloth over it, and that will kill the tack. So that is the plan. That's the general gist. I will get the few little pieces I need just to actually start making a start, and that will be tomorrow's actual stream. We'll be building, making the scene. Okay, so I'll be getting the wire tomorrow. I'll get the wall filler tomorrow, and I'll get the two-part epoxy resin tomorrow. So I'll just stick that over there for now. That's safe and sound. Now, earlier on I said that obviously it was my birthday, blah blah blah, whatever, and but I said when I got back there was a couple of presents for me. Okay, so what were those presents? Right, so first off, the first present I got was, actually I got a couple. I will show, and then, so the first thing is the brand new updated Warhammer the Old World Imperial calendar. So this is the updated version now with a lot more of the iconography, shields. I mean, this includes Cathay now. It's big. It's a big pull-out map. Okay, so this is going to remain obviously sealed up for now, and then I will eventually get round to double checking the dimensions, and then probably getting like it's just a doodle, broski. It's I can't really show you properly on here, but it's literally like a fold-out map, and it's huge. And my idea is to potentially get it put into a frame and then hang it in the studio. So I think that'd be quite nice. Rather nice to have the this is where, you know, all the story takes place. This is like the backbone. I mean, you can see in my on my screen there. That's the earlier version, though, I think. So of the map. I mean, this is where the models that we're painting, for this game. This is where the stories are told. This is the old world. So I needed to get this. I didn't get the old one. I on the initial pre-order for the launch of the old world. God, how many years ago now? Must be a year and a half now or so. I wasn't able to get the map. It sold out quite quick. So I'm glad to get the new updated one anyway. So that's going to take a place of pride in the studio. We're going to try and make sure it gets the love and the respect it needs, and gets put into some kind of frame or some kind of something protected anyway. So that was a nice little thing. Of course, my broski, as well as treating me, obviously while I was at our father's for my birthday and stuff. Obviously, he'd also mentioned about. I just said I needed some snow effects. Now this is actually these are going to be used more so for my Chaos Army. Okay, I'm going to do a test with these. I will do a test to see if these will be resistant to water after being varnished. Because if they are resistant after being varnished, then I can use these for the project. Okay? If not, what I was going to do was basically just use a clever use of well, for for the Chaos Warriors and stuff, bro, it's gonna be really cool. I do want to see if these work okay for the diorama, so I'll do a test, okay? My suspicion is more than likely not. And if they don't, then I can go to plan B, which is using the wall filler. Because, okay, let me just show you this quickly, okay? This is what this stuff is. It's basically a paste or gel. They're all different formulas. Okay, this is like, this actually looks like meringue. Okay, but and then it basically I'll have a. Oh, here we go. Hey up, Green Eye Big Bad Wolf is in chat. Hello. Yeah, so look at it. It's basically like a. It's basically a paste, and it actually kind of smells. This is the funny thing. The smell of this actually smells like wall filler. Actually smells like wall filler. It has that acrylic. It must use a similar recipe or has similar properties to wall filler. Okay. Now this one's the snow. This one's the snow and dries, and this is the snow sprinkles. And this one, and then so they both have different effects. This one is more so to give the effect of melting snow. This is freshly laid snow. How are you guys getting? I'm really excited for Christmas. I really am. I can't wait for the next couple of days or so. And I think things will really start to kick in. The Christmas what do you call it? The Christmas fever. You missed the new Christmassy intro, Green Eye. So it's all we've got. So over here at BigDsBrush, the Christmas the Christmas theme is yes, the Christmas. This is the surprise. This is the snow globe. I talked about it a little bit ago. Green Eye, but so here's I was just showing the demonstration. I was drawing out how I envision the project, the globe. So that's essentially kind of like that, really, in that perspective there. So I'm going to be making a scene with a warrior walking through the snow, and I'm going to be making a tree, a dead tree, a winter tree from electrical wire, and I'm going to be building up the scene. So when you're looking at it, you're looking up a hill from every view. So when you turn it around, you're always looking up. And yes, there's going to be a snowy embankment type thing with some slate rocks sticking out here and there, almost like little steps. So this guy really, it's not a true representation. I really kind of want it to be like a slope, like a hill, the top of the hill, with slate sort of here. Him here, and then the tree here, whatever. It's a rough version. So that's kind of how I see it. So that's probably more of a better representation than that. But the tree will be, but it'll all fit inside there. I mean, we've got a fair amount of room to play with. So the tree has to be. The tree can be like yay big, and the branches can like overhang inside the globe anyway, and that will help create more of a 3-dimension of the globe. We're making use of the space in here. So where the tree are, obviously we'll have a bit of gap. There'll be a gap because obviously we've got to make sure we can shake it and let it all fall. But I just like the idea of having a dead tree in there somewhere. I could always have the tree maybe a bit lower down, have it a bit higher up. But yeah, and then we're just basically, I just talked about how the focal point for this is in the center or slightly off center, and that you're going to be looking up. I want you to look up. You're not looking directly across. You're going to sort of look up slightly, and that'll just create a much more interesting diorama, interesting scene to look at. It's not going to be a flat level. There's going to be some nice little bits going on there. Some dead grass, some rocks, some twigs, and then of course the tree. So that's going to be really, really. I cannot wait to have this done. And it may not be. I mean, I'm hoping this will be done in time for Christmas. I'm going to batten down the hatches. And I'm gonna, basically I'm gonna just go at this thing. I have something I need to do first thing in the morning, and after that I'm gonna be completely free. So more than likely I'll be doing. I might do maybe a day stream tomorrow. I'm not too sure, or an afternoon stream. We'll see. If not, I'll be an evening stream, and then maybe the week after I'll try to do in fact, but maybe more than likely. Next week I'll be doing some day streams, and that way we can assure that we get it done in time, because we are now at the 16th. There will be a stream Wednesday regardless. There will be a stream Thursday night. There will be a stream Tuesday. There will be a stream maybe a stream Monday, and maybe a stream Tuesday. I'm working in the evening on the Christmas Eve, so I can't stream on the Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Working then with family. So yeah, so I have 1, 2 plus the stuff I'll be doing off stream. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days till the 23rd. So potentially we're probably looking at, maybe if I can't get it done in time for Christmas, then I'll definitely have it as I will have it ready before New Year, which I mean, like before New Year, so like maybe like the 29th, 25th. So it'll be done, and we'll see the whole thing. So that's gonna be great. Are you so? So ideally, what I think I might do, broski, with this snow globe project is because my idea obviously is to make my BigDsBrush logo transparent, move that logo into the far corner, maybe bring the screen out a little bit more, possibly. And then I should be able to record the stream and stream at the same time, and then I can just go back in with timestamps and then just edit the actual live stream, and then maybe I'll record some stuff that I do out of off stream as well. Oh, so I'm just gonna green light people. Yeah, I want to see how this looks completed. Yeah, so next year though, bro, 100% will be edited content. Actual, I will record videos, actual videos, nothing to do with streams. I record videos for actual content, and then I'll try and make some content from my streams as well. So that'd be pretty cool. And Green Eye People, thought it was your idea. The snow globe was your suggestion. You suggested it, so that's what we're doing. It was a really good idea. It just seemed to fit the season, the festive. A great idea for it. And I've never made a snow globe before. I made dioramas before, little dioramas and things like that, but none like, you know, nothing like this. So let's. I'm looking forward to it. So. Filibuster. That's all we've been doing lately. So, okay. So I mentioned my map that I got for my birthday. Okay. So this is one of my birthday presents. Was a nice new map. I've shown the snow effects that you got me, broski. That my broski Mr. Bit there got me. Which hopefully I should be able to, with some experimentation, be able to implement in the diorama. Hopefully. Now for the pièce de résistance. And the main part of the stream, and I will do it now, broski. I know you've short for time. You have to go at 9, so let's get this shown now. Let's stop bloody filibustering and piss-arsing about. So, if I just adjust. Okay, there we go. Bring the arm up a little bit more. Okay. Make that a bit more thingy. Might need to. So this is the pièce de résistance, and this is what it's going to be. Oh God! There we go. Boop. Adjusting the camera on the fly. Okay, there we go. So this is the brand new Chaos Marauders Army reinforcement set. This is the one that I've been waiting for when it got announced. This was absolute hype. Okay, brand new. These are, again, I mentioned before, Warhammer the Old World. Unfortunately, when it was announced and blah blah blah, I don't think they were given, you know, the biggest budget in the world to produce when it initially launched or was launching. They weren't probably given the budget to produce a load of new sculpts. Okay, there's obviously a lot of money that goes into that, and I don't think Games Workshop, who by the way, you know, they turned their back on this Warhammer Fantasy in general. It was actually the what was formerly known as Forge World, okay, and they dealt with more specialist games and things like that, who wanted to bring it back. They're called Specialist Design Studios, and they're the ones who wanted to bring it back. They did do a load of really cool resin character sculpts, okay. We got a few new plastic models. We got for Bretonia, we got Knights of the Realm on foot. We got a brand new Royal Pegasus. You know, but essentially a lot of the models were repurposed from earlier editions, okay, which is not a bad thing, but at the same time, I think a lot of people felt that the game wasn't being taken seriously, that, you know, it was just it was like hand-me-downs and blah 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 blah. But no, eventually we started getting more and more new sculpts. We got a cafe, an entirely new army altogether, all plastic, all you know, 3D CAD design, absolutely beautiful models. It really just showed what. And then these, of course, are now redos of an existing model or models that already exist within the Old World line of models, but they were the older versions. Now we've got some new toys to play with. These are absolutely beautiful, okay. Marauder Horsemen, look at these. And then this was the guy that gave me the inspiration for the diorama, okay? Just because I can see this, the snow and the colors. So guess what? This is the guy. Most likely, this is the guy that I will be building for this project. Okay, so this guy here. But I moved the camera. We've got a bit more room. I want to open these guys. I've obviously undone them. I opened them and had a quick look, but I didn't. Everything in here is still on sprue. Okay. So this is just essentially a box of just oh, like a kid in a sweet shop. Okay, brand new. Just okay. So instruction guide, assembly guide in color. Okay, Games Workshop didn't for the majority of a lot of the battalion boxes and a lot of the stuff in boxes at the minute. A lot of this is all black and white, you know, more or less like the photocopies, really. I don't know if I ever just got a quick one. Have I got any Duno ones? Okay, here we go. Great example. So this is the one for the Royal Pegasus, okay? But this is a brand new model, but unfortunately, you know, it wasn't given the prestige. Black and white. Photocopy, you know, whatever. But it's instructions, so it doesn't really matter that much. Not really, but, you know, when you open a box like this and you have a full color, glossy, shiny, beautiful, look at this. Now, this is what the hobby is all about. This is where I'm also just absolutely brilliant. So this is why I said this might actually be the guy that I might build. I like this this double-handed axe, sorry. So I think that would be, but I'll probably paint him in the same style colours as that other model on there. Obviously you've got the cavalry here. Look at these. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, next year, presumably early next year, we have the second wave of the Cathayan army stuff as well. They're getting their reinforcement set. Yeah, I'm getting 2 of them. I'm getting 1 more of these. I'll be getting 2 of those reinforcement sets for Cathay. You bet your ass I will. Okay, so look at these. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the wood grain. I'm going to show you all sorts of ways to do wood. Wow, we can paint wood nice and easy, or make it as easy, as hard as complicated as we wanted to. So we'll be doing horses, horse. So I'll move the cavalry out of the way because we won't be doing any cavalry today. I'm going to be building 1 model and 1 model only today. So I'm going to have to go through. So we've got plenty of sprues. I think they gave us 50 models, 40 infantry, and 10 cavalry. There's our cavalry bases there. And then we've got some transfer sheets as well. So I need the instructions. So I want to make sure I'm going to show you how to build how I like to build models. So I just want to make sure this will, of course, using one of these guys for the diorama, of course, will mean. Now, do I give him a? So do I give the guy? Okay. So do I do him like this, something like this, with a hand axe and a shield? Or do I go for the two-hander? Broski, if you have a green eye, if you have a an opinion, I know you've got to go soon, broski. I know you're obviously 4 minutes away and it's and you've got to go. But what would you rather see, broski? Would you rather see like, oh, you can't see. So essentially, what you've got a guy. It's the thing himself, the body is essentially going to be the same. So I've got the fur cloak and all this kind of stuff, and the beard and all that kind of cool thing. But you can have either build him with a double-handed weapon. You can have a huge axe, okay, that is holding with both hands, or I could build him with a hand axe, like he's holding in one hand, and then a shield as well. Yeah, I think the big axe, because I wouldn't mind like painting, because I wouldn't mind doing the wood grain on the shield, but you're gonna have the tree. The tree's gonna be there, so that's gonna be there's gonna be enough like wood. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the guy with the axe, and I think we're gonna go with this one here. This one here. This is it here. That's the guy. That is my guy. That is our guy. Depending on what colours you paint the model and colours of the background. Yeah, well, I mean, essentially it's all going to be quite cold colours, cold tones. But the fur I will do with like a warm brown, so that will offset. Right, broski. I knew it was time. No, I was supposed to start at 7, but obviously I had OBS troubles and stuff, so whatever. Broski, thank you very much for being here for the first hour. I really appreciate it. You're always a shining star. You take it easy too, broski. Thank you very much. Have a good night and get a good night's sleep. So let's build away. So what do I need for the components? Let's build Marauder 5. I think Marauder 5, I think that's our guy. Or maybe not. No, I'm going to build Marauder 5 because in my head, originally, in my head, the scene was like a guy, walking through, marching through the snow. I like the idea of this guy now being almost like, so in the instructions, especially with the newer stuff now, the newer kits, everything is basically all numbered for you. So in the I really am now, but at two minds. Do I go with the guy that's like leaning forward, so it looks like he's actually walking through the snow, or do I go with this other idea that I have? This guy's basically like it's his last stand. He's standing there, defiant, ready for his enemy. Do you know what? Let's just build both of them, and then we can decide. So yeah, so basically, in the instructions, Green Eye, we have it'll tell you like this guy. So it'll give you the so in this case, Chaos Marauder 5. It'll give you the components for each part for the model. So 25, 24, 26, 31, 32, 33, and then it gives you a choice of heads. Let's build the Marauder 5 first, because whichever one I don't use they'll be in the unit anyway. So let's do Chaos Marauder number 5. So the sprues all have numbers that correlate with the numbers in the instructions, and I need ones with the 20s. That's 30s, 50s and 60s, whoa, that's high, too high, too high, too high. Here we go. Right, here's our sprue that we need. Now, because I'm building one model, I'm not going to go. I will hold off on showing one thing that I normally do if I'm building like a whole unit in one go. C2. Ooh. That way a bit more. How's that? Or was that too thingy? Oh. There we go, that's better. So let's bring this arm down now, because I don't have to I raised it up a little bit because I was showing a whole box of models. I think that should be much better for us. So, basically, Green Eye, we are going to find our components. There we go. So, these ones are a bit. I'm going to take the sprue cutters. Okay, so I recommend, obviously, if you're going to. I'm gonna do a video anyway about this kind of thing, but you should always have a pair of sprue cutters, okay? Don't use like side cutters and things like that. You ideally need something with a fine point on it to like snip the models off the sprue. There are some really elaborate ones, really fine precision sprue cutters you can get out there, nippers and things for people who build really intricate models, Gundam wing models and so on and so forth. We don't really need that for our purposes, so you don't need to go out and buy a pair of what's called like god hands or anything like that. All I use here are Zuron sprue cutters. I've got about 2 or 3 pairs of them. We got a boatload of these with 3D printers, and I got a pair of Zurons like ages ago. I also have their rail cutters as well for when I do my model railway stuff. They're really good. They're really useful. I use them for maybe on like resin models and stuff like that, where you have slightly thicker feed. Like supports for the models, so I tend to use them on them. But really, all you need for these kind of models is just a basic pair of sprue cutters. Most miniature hobby manufacturers make a pair. Of course, Games Workshop make their own pair. Army Painter, I think AK Interactive make a pair. Who else? Obviously Zeron, Exacto, I think maybe, which is another company. There's loads of them about. You know, if you, I usually buy a lot of my bits and pieces like this usually offline or from a local hobby shop. Just if you have any questions or whatever, just talk to your local friendly gaming shop when you go there. Ask them; they'll be more than happy to help you with that kind of thing. You know, just go in and say, "Where are your sprue cutters? I need a pair of sprue." You know, pair of sprue. You know, where, you know, kind of thing. So all I'm doing here is just going around the model and just carefully butting up the tip of the nippers there, and just gently, carefully, okay, gently, carefully. But you'll see that you know, you can tell what's usually what is model and what isn't. If it's your first time building a model, okay, then I would recommend with your sprue cutters, if you're not too sure, here's what to do. If you're not too sure, okay, well, you can clearly see here, this is obviously part of the sprue, okay? So we know for a fact that that's not part of the model. So what we can do is you can actually use your sprue cutters and cut away from the model, okay? And then once you can identify better what's sprue and what's model, then you can go in a bit more closer with your nippers. But I've been doing this for obviously like years now, so I always have a good sense of what's model and what's sprue, you know. Okay, so there's the that's the handle for the weapon there. Now we need the axe head. That is 33, so that's this one here. Okay, so nice and simple. Take your time. If this is the first time you're building a model, take your time. Okay, so I have a choice of two heads here, 27 or 123. Whoa, where are you? Da-da! No, I was making sure I find the okay, so there's 27. Have I been blind that entire time? I've literally been blind that entire time. It was right there looking at me, didn't see it. Right next to the handle, you nana. Huh? Huh? Do you know what? I think I should have gone to Specsavers. I've already cut the head off on her. No. Okay. There might be a head missing off my sprue then. On the other sprue, if it might be a head missing. That's no big deal though. And 121. No, 123. 121, 122, 123. There it is. Now, really, I want a guy with a helmet. But having him with a helmet, to be fair, would tell more of the story because he's really battling the elements. Okay. So we'll go with that then. We'll decide the head after we've assembled the main part of the model there. So I've got the axe. I've got am I losing my mind? Head. What's that? Okay, right. Now this is where I actually will what do you call that? Uh-oh. Should have known better than to move all this stuff. Oh, I could did I not? That might be why. Sorry guys, this is really what you call it. I've had nothing but technical issues all day. That's a bit too close to the... Oh, dear. Tell you what, I think I need to find a new profession. I think that'll do. That should be fine. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? What the hell is going on? Oh, disaster stream. Okay, so that's better. Let's see the bits now. Okay, so let's have a quick swig of the old beer there. That's why my brain's not working. Not enough beer. Right, so obviously we're not putting this guy into a base. So I need my trusty scalpel. Okay. Oh god, definitely trusty scalpel. My craft knife. I need my plastic glue. I need my what you call it, little thing here. I shouldn't need any abrasive paper or anything like that, so I should be fine. Okay, so let's go through the component now. Normally we'll make use of this though. So what I normally use is either a jewelry box or a fishing tackle box. You want something that you can use to organize your pieces into. Okay, so when you knit them off and you put each guy. So in this, so you normally what? Okay, right, let's just stick to what we're doing here. So each guy, so you got Marauder 5, Marauder 1, Marauder 2, Marauder, whatever you, okay? All these components for this model, you stick into the same well or compartment or whatever it is that you're using. If it's a jewelry box or for like making, you know, like you put your beads and stuff in, or like I say, a fishing tackle box, that kind of thing. Oh, that's me. You will put each compartment would be a model, and so then what we would do is we'd go into that compartment. So in this case, say for instance, like here, okay. Let's pretend this is a jewelry box or whatever. You reach in and you grab out whatever it is you're going to clean up, okay. And we go through the model. We go through the model, and we look for any mold lines. We look for any areas where the model joined with the sprue. Okay, and then when I talk about mold lines, it doesn't really happen so much now because of the new technology, the way they make the models now. They really do. To be fair, the mold lines are very much improved, or non-existent these days. But it'll still happen here and there. And all we're doing is taking our knife, looking along the model, and seeing if there's any area, any lines. Okay. Now looky here, look. So and also while I'm doing this, I'm also thinking about painting, because look at this here. So this guy, this is the back of the guy's cloak. This is the back of the body, and he has a axe here. Now this axe is more than likely going to be visible, more likely going to be visible when it's assembled. So I need to make sure that. So obviously one thing I'll be talking about in a second will be we're going to dry assemble, dry fit the model, because this is going to be a display piece. Okay, this is going to be. I'm going to put like a lot of effort into this, like a lot of effort. And so I want to know if I can paint this. If I can't paint this when it's fully assembled, this is not being fully assembled just yet. Now I'm going to prime this, and then I'll paint all this up, and then we'll assemble, and then we'll do the thing. So just like before with the chaos guy I did earlier. Okay, so I'm just tipping these bits out here because it's gonna be easier for me. But we're just gonna go along all the components for the model. Okay, this will probably be a little bit easier to maybe show you what I meant by. So if you look along here, to be fair, they're very faint and very light, but can you see the line that runs down that model, that component, across the knuckles? Okay, it's very simple to just very gently, be gentle, just run. I mean, they're very shallow mold lines. Okay, so we don't need to. I mean, gosh, long gone are the days where we had plastic models that had huge mold line, even metal models as well. Oh man, sometimes there was a point where this wasn't really necessarily a Games Workshop thing. It's just a part of the process. The most places, most companies and stuff, miniature companies, were always quite vigilant with their mold lines, but once in a blue moon you would get a model that was just like you couldn't, even if you used needle files and things like that, you just basically had to email them or whatever back in the day, just send proof, a picture, say, look, this is, and then normally you'd get one sent in the post or whatever, So there's the axe handle. All ready to rock and roll. So so here we go. Here's a good example. So here's a nub. Okay, look at that. So this is where I've obviously used the nippers to cut it from the sprue. Now you have a choice of knife. You can use something like this. Okay, these are those retractable blades. Okay, there'll be some kind of housing unit. I've got this one. I have this one here. I personally prefer this shape how it holds in my hand, as opposed to the and you could just gently. I mean, you should. I pull towards myself, okay, but do as I say. Do not do as I do. So I would honestly recommend that you put the model, okay? So like I say, do as I say, don't do as I do. You put the model on your cutting mat, okay? So here's an area here. Oh. There's a little bit here, okay, where the and just take your knife and scrape down, okay? Or cut into the mat. Don't cut towards you. I do it because I'm used to it, but I wouldn't recommend, especially if you're new to it, that you do that. You will cut yourself. It's not worth the hassle. So just safety first. Cut away from yourself. Model on the mat. There's another one here. Look. So put the model on the mat. Find the best position you can to do it. Okay. Make it look. Turn it around. Make sure it's flat. Make sure you got it's, and then take your knife and just gently scrape down. These I use here. These are Swan Morton handles and blades. Okay, and I've got 3 of these handles. I've got a whole ton of these blades. They're gonna last me till the end of time. Okay. After a while, you will see that these will start to, they won't cut through things as easy. They'll start to feather the plastic, the model, and you won't get a nice, smooth removal of the mold line or the feed, leftover parts of the feeds to the sprue or whatever. In that case, swap the blade out, and also on these as well. Swap the blade out. These retractable ones are also segmented, and what you would do is you pull your segment back to there. You take a pair of pliers. I like these ones here. You press it, hold it there. You make it flush, and then snap down. Okay, nothing, and you hold tight and break down. Break away from you. Don't break up. Break away from you. Okay. Now that is still quite sharp. That can still hurt you. So here's what I recommend you do. Okay, here we go. So obviously, like I have a can. Okay, a pop, a can of drink. Keep an empty can, okay, near you on the workstation for a quick and easy solution. Okay, and you simply drop the discarded blade directly inside the Coke can or whatever pop can it is, and that way it's a safe place for the blades to go. You can't cut yourself, and then also they go in the recycling, and they'll get they'll be smelted down with the rest of the cans into more cans or whatever. So that's always so now that blade there, that piece there, is nice and shiny, it's sharp, so be careful. Once you've got a sharper blade, that will potentially now like just cut like butter. And I will show you on the scalpel as well while we've got time. No rush tonight. I'm feeling like I feel like a nice stream tonight, so let's get these models built. So here we go. I will show this box of tricks soon, because I want to do a video where I talk about bits and pieces that I have in my arsenal for like building models, assembly, cleaning up, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is how these the replacement blades come in a sealed pack, and you cut or tear the seal. You get like however many is in a pack, depending on the type of blade or whatever, or how many you buy it by. How many you buy it in? Okay. So there we go. There's our replacement blade. Now again, this is very sharp. It'll do some damage. These are surgical grade, you know. And anyone interested, these blades here are basically the standard. These are 10A, okay? These blades are labeled as 10A. That's a bit so if you need to buy, if you want to buy like a pack of them or whatever to go with your Swan Morton handle, 10A blades. I also own 2 more variation of blade for slightly different tasks, but this one will do basically the majority of everything that you'll need to do at this level anyway. I don't like the X-Acto ones. I don't like round-handed. I don't like round-handled scalpels. Okay. I think these Swan Morton blades are absolutely the best. I hate scalpels that have the locking mechanism where you push the blade in and then twist like the thread, the doodah on it to like tighten it, because those threads after a while they go and they loosen, and your blade is just basically ends up like you'll never get it as tight as you did when you first got it. I like these ones. You literally use a pair again, neither of those pliers. They slot over and then they lock in, and these are not going to go anywhere. Okay, so and you're not going to cut yourself as long as you cut away from yourself and you're just paying attention. So this guy now has been cleaned up. He's ready to rock. So into the pot there. Okay, and we've got these other little components here. So here we have the rest of the body, legs, loincloth. So again, I can feel, go by feel as well. You can see obviously with your eyes, but you just feel. If it's smooth, then it's not, it doesn't need removing. Look at that. You see that? You see how easy that new sharp blade? It was just like butter, Again, I honestly recommend you put it flat onto your cutting mat and you cut away from yourself. Do as I do. Do not. Do as I. Oh, that. Do as I say. Don't do as I do. For God's sake, don't do as I do. And even doing this, I still cut myself from time to time. Yeah, these fingers have... the hands are completely smashed to pieces, but that's also to do my IRL job as well. I was never going to be a... I was never going to be a hand model, you know what I mean? I was never going to be a sponsor for, what's it called, like Oil of Ulay or whatever, There's a little bit of doodah on there as well, a little bit of gently, carefully. Carefully. So again, there's no rush. I don't know why I just see people just rush. I understand, like, you want to get them done and stuff, but anything that's worth doing is worth doing properly, and anything that's worth doing properly, is worth having time spent on it. These are going to be, models for our army. Let's make them look nice. Let's take the time. Time to go around. I understand that. I understand, like, there's different skill level and all that kind of stuff. I get that. Of course, I understand that. That's not what I'm getting at here. I mean, it's just. But I believe, wholeheartedly that anyone can do this if they just take their time. You know, if you need to, you know, maybe the old you know, the old eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Maybe the old eyes, or you know, you need glasses or whatever. You know, if you need a magnifying lens, you get the ones that's on an arm that you can, you know, hold that, like have that over your model, and use that to help you, like make it easier for yourself. You know, I'm quite fortunate that my eyes are still in pretty good nick, to be fair, which is quite remarkable when you think about it. But you know, you know, I'm still fine. I don't need to use any kind of magnifying lens, or I don't, you know, need to wear spectacles or anything like that. So I'm just able to do them by eye. But again, you know, use the, you know, finger and thumb, like feel it round. That's all smooth now. Okay, there's no bump, there's no, you know, of course, like you don't, I don't mean like you're running your finger across like a bit like that, of course, but any area like this where, you know, you've known, sort of like you visually remember where the model was connected to originally on the sprue, you know that they're the areas that need your you know, attention when it comes to cleaning up. So that's that bit of the model done. We're nearly there now. We've got only 2 actual components, and then that for the actual body, and then we've got the 2 head options that we can choose from. So this arm here has a little bit of has a little mold line just across there. That's going to be taken care of. And then just around the elbow there, and the tricep, okay, going into the shoulder, oh, there's a nice one down here, down the bicep and along the forearm, just gently, you know. You can see it all like sort of flaking away. It's all coming off there. Now I do have, oh no, is it in here? No, it's not. I have one more weapon in my arsenal that I normally use. Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. It's right here. I know where it is. It's I use a oh, never mind. I can do it later, won't I? I can do it after I've assembled it. It won't matter too much. I use a old cheap toothbrush, and I just use that just to go over the model, just to like basically remove any like little wisps or any little little bits of detritus or whatever, anything that's just you know, still in the model. I mean, you can, you know, you can blow on it, but I like just having that that little like that little last reassurance with the old cheap toothbrush there. And I use a cheap one. I bought a cheap one, and they work really well for it. You know, you don't need a you know, All-B or Colgate. Just go to your again, go to your discount place and buy the cheapest toothbrush you can, because obviously it's not one you're going to use on any, you're not going to use it on any kind of teeth, you know, anything like that. You're using it for these purposes, so it'll be absolutely fine. You know, in fact, I find the cheaper ones are actually better, because I did I built some models at my dad's ages ago, and I forgot to take my toothbrush with me, and so I ended up going down to the local shop there, and I've ended up having to buy a Colgate one or something like that, and it just wasn't as good. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I had to really sort that out quick there. I was like, oh, but it's just, yes, it's just a bot. The account was created like a day ago, so it's. It comes up saying like possible ban evasion. It's more than likely a doodah. I'll have to just finish off this helmet there and the old. There we go. I was still on the uptake there. Not as quick as. Well, actually, in fact, it's weird when it's if I'm like modding for my brother's streams, I'm quite quick with that. Hey up, Susie. I'm glad. Thank you for lurking. Just busy. Oh, bless you. Yeah, you had your God, how did all that go? The surgery and that. How did it go? I'm not really obviously bleeding. We're not thinking much, have we, lately? So we're just finishing the last head now. I think. Well, I'm not surprised, bless you. That's not something you. What do we call it? It's not something you're gonna like, walk away from without any. But you was a long time waiting for that, wasn't you? $10 years. Well, that's in the States though as well, But yeah, I think if it was here in the UK. The old NHS service or whatever, like double that and add like 50 years or whatever. But it's good that you're getting about and your physical therapy's going well and. Just again, it's just you've got to. It's almost weird, I suppose. It's like you've got to learn how to bloody, learn how to walk again. I suppose it's crazy. Okay, so that's all our components cleaned up, ready for assembly. So now let's actually assemble it. So I'm going to leave off the head and I might make the leave off the hand as well. It's the hand, the axe handle and stuff. But we shall see. I think, yeah, you'd be surprised. You know, I mean, I know people that have had, obviously, you know, operations and things like that, and it's, you know, it's just those things where they were saying, you know, you didn't know, like, how many muscles you actually really have. You know what I mean? Like, you don't realize, like, how many of you know, how many you actually use just doing, like, some everyday normal stuff. Okay, some oh, there we go. Thank you for that. I thought my nozzle was clogged there. I sorted that out. Okay, so I'm gonna just glue the axe together here. Okay, so it's a little. What I tend to do is this is more so to protect my mat, really. These cutting mats, because this plastic glue will like destroy them. My green plastic mat from what I used to have was absolutely annihilated by a bottle of plastic weld. I just assembled the axe head onto the shaft. So I was holding that in place for a second or two. So was you getting withdrawals, Susie, from BitDot streams? It was kind of weird, really, because even though I was actually with him, even I was like getting like, you know what I mean? I was getting withdrawals. I was like, oh no, like I was missing his streams, even though he was, you know, not streaming because he was spending time with, like, you know, me and our dad. You know, it's just funny, but I still I couldn't wait for him to like stream again. Because that's the axe there. That's glued on fine. We'll tie it up a little bit in a second. Okay, so that's it. You still there, Green Eye? What are you up to? Hate when I do that. Oh, where's it gone? You know what one of life's mysteries is for every miniature painter or model or whatever is you have a floor under your feet, right? And when you drop your model or a piece of your model on the floor that's directly underneath you, it's like it just disappears completely. Like literally, it fell directly underneath my feet, and it's gone. the heck is going on? Oh, yeah, good. I'm glad you're still there. We're up to the Green Eye. Talk to me. Keep me sane. While I try and look for this bloody, Hang I don't understand it. Well, I've got to get the old, Oh, actually, do you know what? I really want to watch that. I really want to watch that at some point. I've heard like really good things about it, especially the first series or so. There it is. I found it now. It fell. The piece of a model fell into the basket containing all the what you call it, all the beers. That's fantastic. At least it was safe and sound. So I mean, I actually quite like. I like the Evil Dead movies. I remember seeing two like. There's a really weird thing about the. I watched an interview with what's the guy called? Bruce Campbell. When he was being asked to go to like an interview a while ago, he was on about the series, the movies. You know, so the Evil Dead series as a whole. So 1, 2, 3, and then the versus Evil Dead series. And he talked about the continuity within all the movies and why they were like done the way they were done. And it was essentially because like all three of the movies were made and produced by 3 different studios. So that helps to explain a lot of the what you call it, like some of the not so much the confusion, but there is like when you think about like how Evil Dead 1 obviously ends, and we go into Evil Dead 2, and it kind of almost like it kind of like retells, you know, the first film, and then goes and does its own thing. Obviously, as it tails off and does its own thing. It's because literally they could not directly connect Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 because of licensing rights. It's so bizarre. It's crazy. But I think he gave an actual explanation of in his like where you watch how to watch like 1 and 2, like how you watch them. And then you go into 3, and that's even why for the 3, you know, 3 has some continuity differences between the second one and the third one, and then the Ash vs Evil Dead series has its own continuity differences because it's, you know, they couldn't get the license. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, you think the people that wrote and directed like the original films and that would have the rights to their own. Some of their own stuff, but they don't. They had like the rights to the character and rights to this and that, but not everything. So they couldn't even tie it in directly with, you know, the third film or anything. It's very fascinating. What's it? The third? I always liked the third one. I thought the third one was just so. The third one's just so tongue-in-cheek, just so much fun. Is it what's it? What is Army of Darkness, isn't it? Is that what it's called? So I think originally it was. I think like when it was first released, I'm pretty sure it was just. It wasn't even called like Evil Dead 3. Oh, you do? Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to watch it on your recommendation. That's probably something I should have got around to doing ages ago, to be fair. But I said, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I do like the third one. It's so bizarre because I remember being a kid, and in the obviously where I live, there was a local video shop. This is in the early '90s, and I used to love going there. So obviously, like, get like the movie, you know, your movie for the weekend or whatever, you know, like you, and I remember at one point they started getting Sega games. You could rent Sega games at one point. So I would go in there after school, or like if I was on my own, go the weekend or whatever, going to town, just go there. And the way they used to do the video shops back in the day, I don't know if this was the one that we had. This was back in the day, and maybe some other places that you've been to may have had these as well. There wasn't video cases on the wall or on shelves. What you had was like what it had was like a U shape. You went past all the magazines and sweets and things like that, newspapers, and then you went to the back end, and there was like a U shape, and then the U shape was basically like it was like a filing system. There was all the front covers were in plastic sleeves, and you flicked through the plastic. You pull them towards you to go whatever, and so all the videos, all the movies, and any like TV shows or whatever they had on video were always they were done that way. So as a kid, I would go there. You go, obviously, originally, you know, you'd go to the kids section or whatever, or, you know, when you got older or whatever, you go to the teen section or whatever. I went to the Sega section, went for the Sega games. I didn't have a Mega Drive at the time, so I would flick through all the Mega Drive games, and you know, I'd be like, oh, I want to play this game, look at the back. I'd be in there for ages doing that. And then, of course, even as a kid, for me anyway, your eye is drawn to the horror section. Because the front covers for the horror movies were always really cool. More often than not, they would repurpose like existing art and stuff and like modify. It was really cool, but this was, you know, a lot of it was original artwork as well. And I always remember seeing the front cover for Army of Darkness, and it was basically like you know, like a painted. Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't like a photo. It was artist that, and it was it's basically Ash's arm holding the shotgun in the air, I think, something like that. And then in the background of that is like loads of skeletons and stuff like that. So I always remember seeing that front cover, but never knowing what the movie was about, and then finally seeing the movie and realizing like how like tongue-in-cheek the movie was. It didn't really like the front cover didn't. It was always so interesting to see like what the covers for the movies look like compared to what the movies actually look like. So I always thought that was fascinating. But I always remember as a kid, I remember how vividly I remember that front cover for Army of Darkness. I like his character in the series more than the movies. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. But obviously, I suppose in the series you have like more episodes, you can do better character development and that kind of thing. So that's I suppose that's that's always one of the benefits of a TV series or whatever over movies. I suppose in a movie you get 90 minutes to maybe 2 hours. So you know, obviously, but in a show you get like whatever 8 episodes or whatever. So Yeah, so I'll definitely need to check that out. I definitely need to check it out. I mean, do you? I'll say I remember obviously hearing about the show, and I think how many? I think is it two? Is it 2 seasons, 3 seasons, something like that? Do you agree with the sort of general consensus? 3 seasons. So do you agree with it? Sort of like does it lower in quality the more it goes on, or do you like each series as much, or? Yeah, I think that's where the what you call it comes from. It's like the ending. I think it didn't stick the landing, but I'm not sure. I mean, from what I remember reading, like I like movies and TV shows. I'm quite I'm a nerd that way, and I tend to sort of like pay attention to like some bits and pieces. Like TV, like the behind the scenes sort of type of stuff with certain shows and things, and I think I'm pretty sure at least they thought or felt they were going to get another series. Yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm pretty sure they were so sure they were going to get another series, but obviously like in America they kind of like. Well, it happens over here as well, I suppose. But if they cancel some, they'll just flat out cancel it, and they'll tell you like after you finish the series as well. So like you'll go right, okay, I've written, I've got this is how we've ended like this series. So next series we're gonna like then do this, and they'll go, no, you cancelled. And it's like, but we left it on, so we left it this way. It's like, yeah, well that's it now. You know. I mean, sometimes with like shows and series and stuff now, you'll get like the odd special now. You get like an hour special or whatever. That helps just like tie things up. There's quite a few shows really that have done that. Quite a few shows that have done that, unfortunately, where they've had just my neck just cracked. What do you call it? Like they've had like a really good run, and then it's just like, it's like really interesting, and it's going in this really cool direction, and all that kind of stuff, and then it's kind of like it just fucking fizzles away. I tend to binge watch though as well, to be fair. I mean, if it's a series I really like, I don't just mean like any kind of show, I like obviously One Eye, I know you're from the UK as well, so for us, like binge watching like a British programme, for instance, it's not the same as like binge watching like older American series, for instance, where in the UK the standard episode amount really. One Eye, sorry, Green Eye. One Eye. I had One Eye in earlier on. Sorry, I got One Eye and Green Eye as I apologise. Fucking One Eye. Why was I fucking? I've got eyes everywhere. So many got eyes and ears and like. So a UK show. Let's say, for instance, let's take one of my favourite comedy of all time. Okay, Bottom. Okay. 6 episodes of 3 series, 6 episodes apiece. You know, 20 odd minutes or whatever. You binge through that really fast, which is, you know, most UK shows are. Oh, you binge Bottom, did you? I need to do that, to be fair. We watched the birthday one for my birthday, which is quite cool. And then I'm yet to watch the Christmas one, but I don't know at the time, like nearer Christmas. But yeah, I could. One of the things is I could genuinely watch Bottom on a loop. I was going to get onto that. You've got obviously Bottom Series 1, Bottom Series 2, Series 3. I always include the extended version of. So when I watch the Christmas episode, I watch the extended version because it's so much better. So I do all that, and then you've got Bottom Live 1, which is fantastic. Bottom Live 2, Bottom Live 3, which for me, that is like a really great trilogy of live shows. 4 and 5 are funny, but you can sort of tell that they were either. You can tell there was I don't know. I think they enjoyed doing it live, but like I think for me though, I always like them I think their natural setting is in the flat or in that area, so they need to be in the flat. And I didn't mind them being on the island, and it made sense in a way for like a live show that they were kind of like, because they. Oh, I've got at the minute I've got these bits here glued together. The axe, the weapon is built, and I've just got these bits here to sort out. But I'm gonna just make sure I can access. I was saying earlier on, Green Eye, that you have a weapon here that's like on the underside of the cloak here, which is kind of like the doodah. So I want to make sure I can get to that. If I can't get to that when it's assembled, I'm not going to assemble the back of it just yet. I'll prime it and paint that so I can get the weapon. Okay, I want to paint this, and then I'll assemble it. Yeah. So the I love Bottom. It's my favorite show of all time, favorite comedy of all time. Rick Mail, Aid Emerson. Rick Mail probably more so. Just the absolute. It's just a uniquely wonderful comedy. I remember I even did a doodah on it at school. I did an English doodah on it on Bottom, and I sort of talked about how it was almost like it was live action Roadrunner. It was it was a cartoon. It was like a live action, type Bugs Bunny type thing. With the way they would hurt each other and blah blah blah, but they would never have any lasting damage to them. It wouldn't actually. It was like cartoon violence, which was really really cool, and just the sort of very much taking inspiration from Laurel and Hardy and stuff like that, and just the play, what's it called, Waiting for Godot, or whatever it's called, is it Beckett or whatever, the playwright. I mean, essentially, they did do that, they actually did perform that. There's some clips on YouTube of them performing that play. It's one of their favourite plays of all time, I think. And that is kind of the inspiration for Bottom. Because it's basically two kind of like, two lost souls, two doodah guys who just like at odds. Yeah, it's just so cool. And that's why I always say, I think for the most part, the best episodes of Bottom are when they're on their own. when it's just those two. But I do like the fact that throughout the series as well, they have interactions with other people, because it just shows like how like sort of odd their life is. So yeah, that's really, really cool. I always remember having the I used to, because I didn't have a video player upstairs, but I had a video player. We had a video player downstairs, obviously, you know, the main family room, but not in my bedroom. So what I would do is I would bring a tape recorder downstairs, tape record the audio of the episodes. So then when I was upstairs and I was like drawing and stuff as a kid, I would have like the audio version of bottom basically like on my tape recorder. So that was kind of cool. So I remember doing that. I'm not sure which head I want. Do I want the helmeted head or do I want the normal one? I'm gonna go with the normal. I'm gonna go with a normal head. I could paint some really good. I could paint like a really nice skin tone on this guy, which will look really nice. Now in theory, okay, so the head isn't the head, I'm not gluing the head on, and I'm not gluing okay, so so I can glue that onto there. So what I'm going to do is basically a dry fit. Okay, so give me a sec. So I'm going to do a dry fit on this guy. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I can get away. If I don't glue on the axe, which I won't do anyway, I can get away with having this glued on. Because I've got the axe head sticks out there, and some of the handle sticks out of the back here. So I can still access it. And that goes in there like that. Okay. Yeah, we're fully assembling it then, apart from the head. The head I will keep absolutely separate. So... I called you fuck. I have to get used to chat names. Called you fucking one eye. That's funny as fuck. What a fucking idiot. I got. I will get there. I'll get used to it. I'll get used to getting all. I will be a professional one day. I'm gonna be a real boy, mommy. I think this is gonna be the guy. I'm not gonna lie. This is the guy. So there we go. So that is the body built, okay? Make sure the glue dries and all that kind of stuff. The head is there and the axe handle is there. Now, so what I'll do is, excuse me, so I'm thinking about obviously logistics again. So the way this guy is done, the way the guy is segmented, the underside of the wrist, which is a strong joint, gives it plenty of room to join onto, blah blah blah. But obviously, I want to make sure that's all blended as one piece. So what we'll do is obviously I'll prime and prime these bits, and then all I'll do is I'll paint fully up to here on that arm. So then when I come in with this bit, I'll paint all this axe handle, all the axe head, but I'll leave this unpainted. This one bit here. Okay, so then when I come to glue it on, I'll dab a bit of glue on there, join that section together seamlessly, and then we can just go over it with like with paint, obviously, to make sure it all blends in properly. So that is 100% going to be our guy. I mean, actually, they scale up quite nice with the new Chaos Warriors. I mean, these guys need to be these guys do need to look a bit smaller compared to them. Anyway, if I just if I grab this guy here, look. So they scale up quite nice. Oops, sorry, be down. Ooh. They scale quite nice. But Chaos Warriors, in my mind, should be slightly bigger anyway, because they're kind of like, you know, infused, like uber, like, dude, they're fully corrupted, they are possessed, they are corrupted. So I genuinely don't think I need to build the other guy for the diorama. I think that guy's gonna be perfect. I like how he looks, so I can build maybe the rest for the unit. I understand that some people are gonna. I might try and just stream a bit later tonight, because I know obviously Green Eye, you weren't about to be here, you know, all night and stuff, but maybe it might be worth having a later stream than normal. Maybe people might pop in. I'm really enjoying doing this. I've got a beer left. I've got a little thingy. I've got a bit of doodad, so I can just maybe just keep doing this till right. So let's just focus for a second here. So this model is 100% the one I'm going to use. Okay, Green Eye, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. Go get your sleep. Good night. So I'm gonna keep going, guys. I'm trying to see how it goes. I fancy I just fancy having a bit of a. Oh, dead air! No, not dead air. I just needed to also text my well, I'm gonna steal from BitDot there. BitDot says Papa. Yeah, the old Papa. I just messaged Daddy D there, Daddy Brush. I needed to reply to a message there, so let's do this. I'm enjoying this. I'm chilling. It's nice, and I'm gonna just try I need to try and keep momentum going. I need to get used to this. I need to get used to just being on stream and talking. I know that last time, the stream, obviously, last stream I did, I played some video games. That is not going to be like a reoccurring thing at all. This these streams are about miniatures, miniature painting, building, and so on. It's just that they were relevant to all this. It was like a end of the week, and I had my birthday coming up, and I wanted to just to reminisce about my you know, my youth and stuff like that, and also like how like relevant and inspirational like some video games were to my future hobbies and things. So don't worry, I'm not going to be doing like Big D's bloody joystick or anything like that. Actually, maybe. No, I'm joking. But once in a while, maybe a chill stream, like a Sunday or something like that, whatever. I might just play a couple of games here and there, not every week, every Sunday, or anything like that. But I feel like it, maybe if I have something to say or something to show that will have like relevance to our miniature painting and building and stuff like that, if that's okay. So it's all about inspiration. We need to look at other avenues of inspiration. It's not just other painted miniatures that should inspire us. Other mediums can also inspire as well. Okay, so that was just the point. And it's also good to kind of remember who you are. You know, never lose track of that. I'm not talking about being a superstar and stuff. I'm not saying that. All I mean is just, for me, miniature painting and building, and it's personal. It's inner. It's deep. It's from the heart. I'm telling stories. It's a passion. Do you know what I mean? So it's always good to be reminded of that. It's always good. It's not about I don't know. It's just nice to sort of remember I suppose the naivety and the innocence and stuff of doing it. Okay, so that's all that is. That's me saying that. So let's I feel like building a unit. I'm gonna build a unit of these guys. So I've obviously used one guy already, so I'm gonna build an actual unit of a full size unit. So let's go with this. So let's go back. Okay, so I'm going to build a unit as standard as these instructions say. Now, I mentioned before about having something in my arsenal that I like to use for this kind of thing, okay? And it's this here. Do I have it? Oh, I might have it here. Okay, here we go. This is great. So this is what I was on about before, okay? This is the the storage, the jewelry box or whatever, tackle box, okay? Doesn't matter about the brand, this is a label that stick on there, okay, but what I like about these ones, okay, this is a little bit more, usually discount shop, whatever, blah, blah, blah. These are the ones that are a bit more, like, but not much. You know, you're talking like, well, the reason I like these for is because they have removable, the segmentations are removable, okay? So we can have some a bit longer in here. Unfortunately, the drawback is these don't slide out either, okay? So we can't make, say for instance, take these two out and these two out and then make a bigger section for maybe a bigger model, okay? So for that I tend to buy, I have a couple of these type of ones with already bigger compartments, okay? So I kind of, but this one I've gone and got, well, I've got two of these, but this one is our Chaos Marauder assembling case thing here, okay? So I'm actually going to write on here, okay? I'm going to put Chaos, and then where's my instructions? That's it. I always M A R A U D E R. Now I know my ABCs. I'm not the best at spelling. I'm not the best at maths and stuff. So there we go. Chaos Marauder box. Okay. And then this is a permanent pen. It will rub off. So obviously when we're done this, I'll be building. So I'll do one unit, use this. Another unit, use this, use this, use this, use this. And then when it's finally done, and I'm probably not going to, I'm getting one more box of these Marauders, the full set. That'll be it. I will not need any more of these at all, unless there's a project in the future, some kind of diorama or whatever. So then we can take some alcohol or some food art and just rub it off, and then that way we can use it when we use it for. I can use this for the cafe or Britonia, Two Kings, whatever, doesn't really matter. So here's the box, and I'm going to keep this over here, okay? Now normally you'd have like plenty of space to do this, okay? So what I would do is one, so I'm going to open my instructions. So this is the champion, okay? I need 47, 46, 48, and then I'm going to build this guy with shield. So 51, 115, 115, 114, 113, and that's the mod, and a base, okay? So got the box of bases here. So make it easy for myself. I'm gonna just build a unit of 10 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. By the way, just incidentally, the Marauders are now on 30mm bases. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10. Okay, so the bases are already in here, ready to rock and roll. Okay. And now I'm going to do, because I'm going to keep these in separate components and compartments, we can essentially what I like to call speed. This is not really speed assembly, but it's a speedy way of now removing components from a sprue. Okay, just keep in mind, as long as we know what it is that we need, we're good. Okay, so I need 47. So I need 150. Sorry, this sprue here I've got has 115. So that's shield. Boom. There goes the shield, okay? The next thing I need is 113. 114, which is the sword with the ornate shoulder piece. Okay? So, sorry, the head, sorry. The arm, the sword arm with an ornate shoulder piece. Now here we go, this is where we've got to be careful. So the hilt, the cross guard, finishes there, okay? Now again, remember, if you're not too sure, turn your nippers over and cut them flush against the sprue. Leave that, and then you can then investigate more closer to make sure you remove the right bit, okay? I need 113, which should be on here. There he is. Pretty much usually, if they're in a certain number range, they will all be on there. So now we're going into the 50s. So they're not. So we need to change sprue. Okay. So you now need to grab a sprue with the 50s on it. $51. Okay, look. So 51 is here. Okay. And so is 46 and 47. So here's the majority of the rest of our bits. So this little bit here. Okay, snip. Again, if you're not too sure, cut that bit off there and leave the main bit intact. But I'm quite comfortable doing this, so like I said before, so we need 46. This guy's a beast. And rightly so, he is a champion after all. Okay, boom. 47. Boom. What I would recommend, I probably should do this, but I'm not really investigating these sprues properly. But what I would recommend is that you stack them all in the same sprues. So the sprues that say go to like 1 to whatever, stack them. Sprues then go to like say 30 to whatever, stack them, and that way you've got them all in a row. Because essentially all you'll be doing is you'll be taking components for each unit from one of each of those sprues. Okay, so they're in a line all ready to go. So if I was thinking and using my head properly, then okay, I have two choices here: 47 and 48. So I'm gonna snip 48 off. Okay, we'll snip 48 off, and we can decide afterwards. I'm gonna take every component off here that is relevant for the model, and I think. Like that, okay, we now have in that thing there is everything you need to build a Chaos Marauder champion, okay, the headman, okay, as it's called in this. This is the guy with obviously this is giving him a sword and shield. Presumably there'll be an alternate version with double-handed weapon possibly. So now we're going to put into the next component the stuff for the standard bearer. Okay, so I need 56, 57, 60, 117, 58, 59, 116, 61, and that's it. Okay, so we're going through this very 56, 57. Okay, so these are on the same sprue. So what I'm going to do here is I start again, nippers, nip flush Try and nip as flush as you can because it will save some. Haha! But here you see, there's a danger zone. We could potentially nip the like the rope detail there. So I'm gonna snip there instead. Okay, boom. So anything like that you're not too sure about, just snip further away, you'll be fine. Okay, 56 is here. 56. Snip. There is a way, a method. It was more so though when the components were kind of interchangeable at the time. And I'll probably show you a sprue technique for doing that. But in this case, we kind of need to make sure we're clipping the right components for, because the way the models are done now, they are assembled a certain way. So only certain two pieces of the model will go together. So you have to make sure you remove those pieces. 60 and 60 is 60 on this sprue. 62, 66, 59 is. Sprue is cut off. 58. $58. Oh, little nib there. Okay, boom. 58. $61. So it's good to say it out loud. You know, say it out loud. Say it to yourself, like 61 thingy, blah blah. Because that way you're double checking your work. 60. I did see a 60 on here earlier. I'm sure I did. There it is. Okay. Well, I put together some wood elves recently, and they're the some older style sprue where you can literally just cut out all the torsos, all the heads, all the arms, you know, and the legs, and you could basically what you would call randomization. You would just pick out a random head, a random body, a random set of legs, and glue them together, and then, you know, and you'd have a different model, like presumably each time. So I think that's all that. So now it's going to a sprue that has a okay, there we go. This is a sprue that has a standard arm or standard pole. So there's the standard there. Just go around and gently. We can't, obviously, bear in mind there might be some stress points on this, so put your finger underneath, gently, carefully. Okay, boom. And there he goes. And 117. There it is. Tiny little bit there, look, bottom 117. Put your finger underneath. Okay? Put your finger underneath. and a little bit of thumb pressure, just so you kind of got it trapped and you won't ping out then. Nippers, okay, push them there and nip. You won't nip your skin, you won't cut yourself. You're not even, you're not nipping your skin. You're basically just giving it like a doodah to press against there. Okay, you're not gonna cut yourself. So that is all the components for that model in there. See how quick this goes. Obviously, once you know that the sort of location. If I'd done the sprue, basically all the same sprues in a pile, it'll move even faster. So this is the musician, okay? So I need 25, 24, 120, 119, 26, 18, 27. Okay. So it's 118 is on the sprue that I was already taking the standard pieces off. So that needs to go into there. Okay, boom. Do 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 120. Where is it? Da-da! Where the fuck is That's so weird. Where are you? 17. 117. 121. 26, 27, 23. 124. 125. 119. Yeah, so they're on another sprue. What's that? How do you know? They have every number on there except for the one I wanted. Not on that one. That's the same sprue as that one. Do you know what? I'm gonna just actually use my brain and actually stack these in the right doodads. You go on there, and then you go on that one. Okay, so that's that one. That's that one. Okay, so it's 24, 25, 24, 25, 24. Yeah, 24, 25. 24, 25. There we go. That's better, right. So, sorry about that. I should have been more organized though. Okay, so 24. 24s and 25s are on this sprue here. Boom. Okay, so that's that one. 5. So I hope everyone's okay, everyone's out there, if anyone's watching or lurking or whatever, I hope you're all okay. I'm still getting used to the whole streaming malarkey. I'm not gonna lie. I'm what do you call it? I need to. I'm hoping next year. Well, I'm not hoping next year. Next year I will be much more on the ball, much more switched on. Okay, so. So that's that one. Okay then, I'm confused then. I must be blind. I'm not using I'm not opening my eyes properly. $118's already accounted for, unless I needed some components from the other one. There's the drum. Yeah, I'm not opening my eyes properly. I should have gone to Specsavers. There was me saying about me having like fucking 20/20 vision or whatever, but you couldn't see something right in front of my face. What was the head? 27. It sure was. Well, from this one then, isn't it? There it is. Got it. Boom. I think we're going to go to 11 o'clock. I was going to stream till probably like 12, but here's the thing. 1, I'm not very interesting. 2, I think you get the general gist of how I need to have the camera. I might need to look into a better system or mount or whatever so I can kind of show better. I think you're getting the general idea that I'm essentially going through each model on the instructions step by step, but each component is going to be put into each its own slot. After that, we then go right. We'll take out the bits for the champion, okay, and we'll take them out and we'll clean them up. They go back into the same one. Take out the bits for the standard bearer. They get cleaned up. Same one. Musician, components for that. Taken out, cleaned up, back in the same one. And we do that for every single model until we have a unit of 10. Okay? And then, when we have a unit of 10 built, then we're going to make the next 10. And then we can decide if we're going to build a unit of 10 with command or a unit of 10 without command, and then add them to the existing unit of 10 to make a unit of 20, or make another or whatever. That we can make decisions after. Again, if you're building or making armies for actual lists, then you will have a set amount of things that you want anyway. I don't really do that necessarily. I kind of just do either kind of what's on the box or what I think looks nice, what looks good, you know. So I think when they've either built as on the box either 4 units of 10 or 2 units of 10 and then a unit of 20, or then a 15, a 15 and a 10. So I don't know yet. I'll see how I feel when I've done it all, or when I've got all the bits. I'm building a unit of 10 first. I know that much. So what we got? We got 14 minutes left. So let's try and at least just for now, let's carry on with the next one, which is Chaos Marauder 1. And we need components 80, 79, 83, 84, 81. So we're going to be in the 70s and 80s. Okay. So we need ones that basically has 70s and 80s on it. So that is pretty much the sprues that have I don't know. Can I not read? I can't even read. I've got a sprue mixed up there. So here we go. That's why. Don't mix your sprues up, Daniel. Pay attention. So 80. 81. So 81. 81. 79. 80. Today's episode of BigDsBrush was brought to you by the letters. Do it again. So he's pinged off into oblivion. I'll get him in a second. 83. 84. 84. 've got a choice of 82 or 127. Well, I'm going to go with the one that's already here. We'll go from there. I'll put the other header there in a second. I need shield 86. 86. I'm just going to click these off thingy. You see them getting put into the components there. Just obviously I've got the light is it's just easier to fucking do this way. What was that? That was a mumble, wasn't it? That was a mumble and all. But we all get like that, don't we? Hey? We all get a little bit like that sometimes. 85. Okay, there's 85. So these components are really small. So guys, make sure you're over your table. Make sure you're somewhere where you're not going to worry about it, like pinging off into oblivion. I need 83. There's 83. So get every finger underneath, snip through. There you go. It'll pop into the right one. I really like this kind of music, it's nice. It's soothing. Okay. Now I need the other head as well. So what's on this one here, I think. Yeah. So that head in there for now. Because I mean it's just there, we can decide on the fly. We've got 6 minutes left, guys. No, sorry, 8 minutes left. So let's do Marauder 2, and this should be the last one, I think. Marauder 2, and that'll be our last one for the stream. So we need 69. Which presumably is on this one here. $68. There we go. 68. $69. $70. $70. In it goes. 72. 72. 74. 74. Okay, any little bits, finger underneath, catch it, and then put it over directly over the thing that's gonna receive it. 75. 75. I have a feeling on these shields I'm going to be using a lot of like really nice washes. A lot of washes over the wood there. 71,126. So it's still off 71. Okay, in he goes. And then 126 will be on the sprue over here. There he is. Boom. Boom. Okay, there we go. 5 minutes to go, guys. Well, I've been winding things down. Well, I've got the 5 minutes to go. I may as well take the time to search for the piece that went ping, just quickly. No, I'm not going to. Also, I'll talk quickly while I'm still thinking. I'm not going to give any dead air or whatever. Where did he ping off? There we go, got it. Okay, that's fine then. Didn't go too far. What the hell was that? What the heck was that? What the heck was that? Okay. So let's get ready to wind down now. I think we'll go back up here. Let's play this quickly. Okay. So that's that. Oh, did I cut his weapon out? No, I didn't. 73. Can't forget the guy's weapon. 73. There it is. Okay. Boom. Okay, right, perfect. There we go. So those are all in the right place. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna carry on building the rest of these off stream. I'm gonna probably listen to a podcast or something like that in the background, and that way I don't bore you to death. If you look here, look. Oh, clip and clip. Oh no, this is the thing with these. When you buy these cheap ones, they will be. Okay, so look, Chaos Marauder bot thingy. So we have champion in there, standard bearer, musician, number 1, number 2, and then that way. Okay. So all the components are there for each one, and we'll go. I'll go. Then when they're all done, I'll go through them one by one, clean them up, and assemble them. So this has been. I really enjoyed doing this stream. It's good. I'm gonna. I need to shake the rust off a little bit. Okay. Obviously, I was off for like a week. You know, I need to reignite the engine there, the fire. But this snow globe project is just that. It is going to absolutely ignite and fuel the fire. I've got my cork and stuff to go on there. We've got the model. We picked the model already, so we got the model there. So we know he's gonna be like on here somewhere. Okay. He's gonna be on there somewhere with a tree behind him. Some ground, some snow, some slate. It's gonna be really good, really, really good. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. So, boom. So that's gonna be the snow globe project. I've got the rest of these guys to put together. I can't wait for these Chaos Marauders put together and painted to go with the rest of the Chaos guys. Oh, we've got some great stuff ahead of us. I can't wait. BigDsBrush. Going into 2026, we're gonna have some great times. So, let me just stop this, and I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for putting up with all my mush mouth and mumbling and all this kind of stuff. Like I say, once I'll be reignited, recharged, revitalized, ready for some really good content. I can't wait to see you guys again. Thank you ever so much. Take care. And I will get ready. There we go. I will catch you guys later on. Peace.
Time to pack it all away. It's the end of a winter's day. Raise your brushes to